So this is going to be a bit of a sad video that I'm going to be making today. I really didn't think I would be making something like this happen, but I am kind of glad I caught wind of this sooner than later, and unfortunately, it's a dark day for a lot of people who play video games and a lot of people who love attending events like this. So let's get into it. So I do apologize in advance if I sound quieter than normal in this video or if I sound really sad or disappointed, but it is currently 11:53 at night and it is December 12th. I'm currently recording this video and I'm going to be uploading this video tomorrow on December 13th, and by the time you guys watch it, it will probably be December 13th or whenever day you watch it, but I digress. But let's get to it. So E3 is unfortunately been confirmed that it is no longer happening. The whole showcase and everything is dead. So for those of you who don't know what E3 is, let me catch you folks up to speed real quick and sum it up in a quick, easy way. E3 is a massive gaming event where people just go to E3, go to see all their favorite content creators, see all the games and game developers at E3, and it's a massive event for video games where people go to see what games come out and so on. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that anymore because the event is permanently shut down. Now, before I get too engrossed into this video and before I get too carried away, there is an article I do want to share with you folks that does describe what I'm trying to talk about here as well. And again, there's just no easy way to say it, but this article comes from TheVerge.com. I'm gonna read it to you all, and then I guess we can discuss after, and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions as we go along. E3 is dead for good. While the video game industry had already largely given up on E3, once the largest video game trade show in the industry and the biggest video game showcase event of the year, there was always the chance it would return after multiple years of cancellations. However, in a statement to the Washington Post today, E3's organizer confirmed that the show is permanently canceled. We know it's difficult to say goodbye to such a beloved event, but it's the right thing to do. I disagree, but I'll talk about that in a second. It's the right thing to do given the new opportunities our industry has to reach fans and partners. Stanley Pierce Lois, I think is how you pronounce it. I apologize if I said his name wrong. The CEO of the Entertainment Software Associations, the non-profit trade organization that ran E3, told the Post. Now, obviously, when the news broke out, it's taken the internet by storm. A lot of people have been talking about it. Zach from the Switch Force, I'm pretty sure Yang Yaz talked about it, and I'm pretty sure even Optimus and Review Tech USA have talked about it. Again, like I already said, it's taken the internet by storm, and it's just a massive slap in the face, punch in the gut, however you want to call it. It's just a sad loss. It's like, this is how bad it feels. Like, it feels like you're at somebody's funeral and you're just trying to pay your respects, saying I'm sorry for your loss. Like, that's what I'm feeling right now. Like, it feels like I'm at a funeral for the game industry and we lost a good friend slash family member, that being E3. And unfortunately, E3 is already in their coffin and they're putting it to rest. So now comes the question, what do we do now? What are we supposed to do to see all our favorite games and showcases and everything? In reality, you can still see all your favorite games get announced and everything, but the only way to really view this new stuff going forward is you gotta go to your current platform. Like, if you want to see Nintendo games come out, you have to just watch Nintendo Directs, or PlayStation games, go to their state of plays and everything. Xbox games, see their Xbox games and showcases. And trust me, I'm gonna talk about that later in the video, but let's get back to the article now, shall we? Because there's more I want to talk about here. Pierce Lewis, I think is how you say his name, alluded to the biggest reason for E3's precipitous, I think is how you say it, collapse and ultimate demise. Game developers and publishers had increasingly moved away from the event in order to put on their own less costly showcases targeted directly to fans rather than the industry insiders and journalists that E3 typically catered to. Okay, so let's talk about this. So, the biggest reason why E3 is also dead is because developers and game companies like Nintendo have their own little showcases. And you got to ask yourself, like, what's the point of attending to E3 if game developers can just make their own little showcases? Nintendo with their Nintendo Directs, PlayStation with their PlayStation State of Play, and Xbox with their Xbox showcases for games and such. And it costs less money for them, it saves them more time, and it also caters to that certain group of audience for whoever plays on said platform. You know what I'm saying? And developers just think to themselves, like, there's no real neat reason to really attend in person if we can just have our own showcases and just post it online, and we can stream it from our company and just save us more money that way. And this is just sad to me because I feel, I just feel bad for everyone who wanted to go to E3 and everything, because E3, you can go there, see all the interesting games coming out, see a bunch of people, see a bunch of content creators, see pretty much your favorite games getting showcased at E3 to see, oh, hey, this game's coming out in development and such. And developers are just not really buying into E3 anymore because, again, they would rather just stream it or showcase it from their own studios and save themselves some time. Gatherings publishers had begun marketing directly to consumers through live stream shows like Nintendo Directs, Sony State of Plays, and the Xbox Game Showcase. Then in 2020, after the pandemic shuttered E3 and other game industry events like the GDC and Gamescom, Geoff Keighley, I think it's Jeff Keighley, is but I apologize if I pronounced the name wrong, but announced his own showcase Summer Games Fest, an online event wherein publishers and developers could show off their games over a handful of months rather than concentrated week of keynotes typical to an E3 event. Over time, dozens of other online events began cropping up, allowing developers, AAA developers and indie developers alike, to market their games to a wide audience while avoiding the costs and the stress of E3. There hasn't been a in-person E3 event since 2019. The pandemic made E3 2020 an impossibility, but in 2021, the event returned as a digital showcase the following year. E3 was canceled outright with promises that the event would return in 2023 as a hybrid online and in-person event. Then that was canceled along with the news that if E3 were to return at all, it wouldn't be until 2024. Now it's never coming back, in part because that there are so many institutions that have already replaced it. Once again, this is just very unfortunate news that a lot of people are hearing right now. And it's sad to see something as massive as E3 get just completely just destroyed now, and it's just never coming back. To a lot of people who enjoyed this kind of stuff and enjoyed video games, this was pretty much like our Christmas for video games, because there's always new games coming out, there's always some new fantastic things being worked on, and it, like I already said, it was just like a Christmas gift for people who love video games. And there were just so many new games at E3, and it's just pretty much done now because developers and companies like Nintendo are just not really attending anymore. Like I've already said earlier, what's the point of attending to a live event in person when you can just cater to that one particular audience and just live stream the event at home and save yourself some time? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of going to E3 to show off your games when you can just make your own direct and like Nintendo Direct and save yourself some time and money? And you can just stream the direct in your event from your own studio. And you can cater to that one group of people that enjoy your product. Like it's just unfortunate, man. We're already living in a dark age for modern gaming, where games are just coming out buggy and broken and pretty much unplayable right out of the gate. And we don't need E3 dying off to make this dark age of modern gaming even worse. But unfortunately, that's the reality we live in. And it's just very sad. And I feel bad for everyone that loves attending to E3 events and just love seeing everything and doing fun stuff there. I feel bad for everyone in the game industry. So with that being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. I don't know if I'll have a video up by next week or not, because Christmas is gonna be a bit hectic for me this year. So I don't know if I'll have a video up by next week or not. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of Christmas shopping, and I'm going to be doing a lot of Christmas planning and New Year's planning. So if I don't have a video up by next week, then that just means I'm unavailable for the rest of the year. But with all seriousness, besides from this dark and gloomy news, I do hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So hopefully 2024 will be better, but it just seems like it's going to be off to a rough start. But I am praying to God that we get some good news and some good stuff for 2024. I mean, don't get me wrong. We have had some good games come out this year, but there just also been a lot of layoffs in the game industry for game publishers as well. So yeah, it's just been a rough ride for everybody. So with that being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. I apologize for rambling, and until next time, I'm just sad that E3 is dead, and I feel bad for everyone that wanted to attend to it. And I'll see you all later.